my name is Solace, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And Caesar's greetings, one and all, to everybody. I hope you had a very, very festive, festive Christmas or whatever you have. I hope you had your turkey, had your stuffing. My wife is the greatest wife ever. She's Jewish, which obviously I'm a rabbi. We live in Samaria. She's American. No idea about English Christmas, which is freaking awesome. I love English Christmas. And she made incredible Christmas pudding, a lovely bit of plum pudding. She makes minced pies. I want to be clear what that means. Because we keep kosher, you can't go and buy a Mr. Kipling's minced bloody pie, especially in Israel. You can't even go and buy a jar of mince. She actually makes the mince from freaking scratch. And then she felt kind of guilty that she used a ready-made dough. I was like, what, are you out your mind? She made turkey, stuffing, chestnut stuffing. Yeah, freaking awesome. I hope you had as good a time as I did, because I had a great time. So this is going to be a review, more of a really strong recommendation for one of my absolute favourite Big Finish releases, Damaged Goods. It's based on a novel by Russell T. Davies. This is really his first, and when he wrote it, he thought his only Doctor Who he was ever going to write, and it's just wonderful. It's just, if you like Russell T. Davies, this is a great release for you. And it's also, in my head anyway, it's a bit of a Christmas release, Christmas special. If this was a Christmas special they made in the early 2000s, probably would have been incredible. Would have been one of the best ones. Before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Because I kind of like you. I do actually like you. Can you hit that like button? That'd be really quite nice. Can you hit the share button? That'd be fan-dabby double dosey. Can you hit that subscribe button? Thank you so much. I am pathetically grateful, and I am pathetically, besottedly grateful to each and every one of you that that subscribes. If you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. Good prize going on right now. And I think I'm going to keep adding to it because I'm just enjoying it. You can win the Rabbi from Another Planet's Christmas stocking. That is a whole bunch of stuff. This is a grab bag. Only one winner is getting all of this stuff in one go. So you get Quantum of Solace, James Bond, Quantum of Solace on Blu-ray. You get James Bond Legends PS3. You get Star Trek PS3. J.D. Abrams. I kind of like it anyway. You get Red Dwarf Back to Earth on DVD. You get Dark Shadows, Kingdom of the Dead Part 1. I've only got Part 1, I'm sorry, on CD, audio. Sorry, you get Highlander, McCloud. There can be only one, apart from the other one. I say that joke every time I pick it up, and every time it makes me laugh, because things just make me laugh, I'm sorry. You get this book on tape, read by Adrian Paul. You get this rather nifty countermeasures CD from Big Finish as well, which I pulled by mistake, because I clicked the wrong button. I meant to get the download. I got the disc. That's why it's in the Christmas stocking. We have the Nth Doctor, freaking awesome book detailing all the Doctor Who movies never made. You get to hear Leonard Nimoy's take on Doctor Who. You get let me think, this thing, Justice 1, freaking awesome Judge Dredd graphic novel. And you know what? I'm going to add something else. And I'm going to add one more prize in tomorrow as well. I'm going to add in this, the Mechanical Planet. This is a really rare audio story. Here, if I can just show you the Dalek Emperor. You can see a picture of the Dalek Emperor they made for it. That's an actual Dalek Emperor plot with, what's his name? Guy played David Graham, guy who played Parker, doing the voices. So this went out with this incredible. I can't call it a fanzine. This incredible magazine, bookazine on Doctor Who comics. So this is an audio story starring David Graham, Sasha Mitchell. All you need to do to win it, and I'm going to keep this up. I keep the whole decorations up till 12th night. I'm a very traditional lad. All you need to do to win it, subscribe to the channel, subscribe it in the comments, leave the hashtag. Merry Christmas, one and all. Very good. Let's talk about Damaged Goods. Damaged Goods, written by Russell T. Davies. Now, okay. If you like Russell T. Davies, this is pure Russell T. Davies. Russell T. Davies doing what Russell T. Davies really does best. People, families, wonderful peoples and families and communities coming together in some kind of incredible adventure. So this is part of the New Adventures range. The New Adventures is mostly a forgotten era of Doctor Who, which was absolutely wonderful. This took place after 1989 when Doctor Who was effectively cancelled, and Virgin Books, who had the license, then wanted to start doing original stories. And instead of doing them in the same vein as the Target novels, they went for the target audience, which was 19-year-olds as opposed to 12-year-olds or 14-year-olds. And so you've got these like more like youthy books where like dealing with a lot more adult things, sex, drugs, and it was somewhat gratuitous in places, but mostly I just found it like spoke to this era. So this era is pretty much vanished. It's completely vanished from because these books are out of print, and I wish somebody would bring them back into print. I really do, because they, again, absolutely fantastic era Doctor Who. So we have Sylvester McCoy's Doctor. He's changed by this point. He's a much more Machiavellian figure than we saw on TV. I mean, we saw it starting in season 25, 26, but now he's a much more fully Machiavellian figure. He's Bernie Summerfield has just left, and he's with Forrester and Quedge. These are two kind of like cops from a future. They're kind of based in one of the books anyway. These adjudicators on the judges, right? And so you got these two cops who Yasmin Bannerman plays Roz, and who is it plays Forrester, and they're very good. So yeah, I think the best way to access this era is Big Finish have done a bunch of adaptations, and they've gone ahead and done some more stories with this TARDIS crew, which I really like. Who is it? Travis Oliver plays Quedge. So this was when Russell T Davies thought this was his only shot at writing Doctor Who. So he had a lot of ideas that he had for years and years and years that came to fruition. Most importantly, the central family being the Tylers from a working class estate, and that's really what you get. You get this wonderful working class estate where the Doctor, Forrester, and Quedge find themselves in, and they're investigating a new drug called Smile, which is a backdoor alien invasion. But mostly it's a very human drama. Starts off, and this is why I think it's a Christmas special, starts off with a terrible deal made in 1977 under a flickering lamplight on Christmas Eve, and that very special feeling just exudes from it. So in my head, in my personal headcanon, I just set the whole thing at Christmas, right? And it's a kind of a side thing. But this, I think, would have been an incredible Christmas special. We have much more overt sexuality in this than we had in Doctor Who prior to this, in classic Doctor Who. This was written into the novel that Forrester was either gay or bi, and in 87 when this was set, that was a bit more dodgy than it is now, and it's really weird to think about. But Russell Davies is exactly right. People had to go. You get a lot of the gay scene. Because one of the main characters is in there. You get a lot of the gay scene in the late 80s where people did have to talk in code. They said, "Are you a friend of Dorothy?" I still don't know what that means. But and I kind of remember it being like that. So I think that's a pretty good recreation of time. So this is a very personal novel for Russell T Davies as well. Let's read the blurb of it. 1 second. Yeah, let's read the blurb and see what they say about it. Okay, they're missing out the T in the first thing in this blurb. They go the year is 1987, and there's a deadly new narcotic on the streets. As part of their investigation, the Doctor and his companions Chris and Roz, I always call them Roz and Forrester, move into the Quadrant, a run-down housing estate. So again, you get one of the fascinating things about this. You get to see the DNA of Russell T Davies as Doctor Who before they made Russell T Davies as Doctor Who. Again, and which you get a lot of those themes in the first 2005 season. But this is a fascinating bridge, and it's a really fascinating bridge between Survival from '89 and Rose in 2005. Thematically, it really does fit there. So they're in a housing estate. An ancient alien menace has been unleashed. A menace somehow linked to a gang
gang leader known as a Kappa, a charming young boy called Gabriel and his mother Winnie, the enigmatic Fry Foundation, and Eva Jellicoe, a woman driven to the brink of madness. And as the story goes on, beyond the brink of madness. As London descends into an apocalyptic nightmare, the Doctor must uncover the truth about the residents of the quadrant, and a desperate bargain is made one dark Christmas Eve. Absolutely wonderful. And you get this real epic, absolutely epic scale from this, just from the titles, which are much more cinematic, much more widescreen, and they're much more, I would say, even operatic, and you get this wonderful sound effect, the TARDIS going through it in the middle. This says it was based on a 1996 New Adventures novel. Yeah, and I think it really does kind of feel there. It feels like of that time. You got this big alien invasion via drugs going on plot, but you've also got this very, very personal plot that Rusty Davies on the extras talks about. It's his reaction to Blood Brothers. Blood Brothers is it's actually wonderful, a beautiful musical where there are two twins separated at birth. One was raised in a very affluent household, and one was raised in a very poor household. And the affluent one does very well, and the poor one, I think it gets good, does a criminal or gets in the criminals. I can't remember. So he didn't really like that. He didn't like it. So he had the son raised in in the housing estate, which is one of the major plots of this. Gabriel Tyler as the son doing quite well, even though he's got some kind of like how would I explain it? Glamour, like some kind of like post-psychotic, post-psychic powers that basically make people like you, right? And the one raised by an affluent household isn't doing quite so well, which is the center of the story. So both these plots intertwine absolutely perfectly. Again, Rusty Davies is just an absolute star. I mean, and you could see his raw talent and his love of people, which I think you see in everything he writes. His absolute love of human beings and his way of recreating them so authentically and so and the best of them. This is why I love Rusty Davies, as a human being, because I think he must just be a wonderful person, because he really does see people for who they are, and yet he sees the good in people, which is what comes out of his characters, and they bleed out his characters. A real kudos goes to Michelle Collins, who plays the matriarch Winnie Tyler. Absolutely fantastic. And in my head, she kind of looks a bit like Jackie Tyler, because they're in that same thing, but they're very, very different characters. So you get Adventures 1 and then in a real Christmas special tradition, you get a giant, this giant world-destroying monster appear and start wreaking havoc through London, through contemporary London of the time. Absolutely fantastic. For my money, honestly, one of my favorite Christmas specials, my favorite Christmas special, has apparently just been voted the best Christmas special again, although there's a Radio Times poll. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. There's actually another fun video I'm doing tomorrow about how the BBC are just on a death spiral. We'll be doing that. So anyway, so it's $12.99 from Big Finish. This is a very, very, very strong recommend. Even the cover is very good. This is adapted by Jonathan Morris. Who else is it? The credits I can say. Cover up by Tom Webster. Fantastic. David Richardson is the producer, and this book actually, the original novel exists because of David Richardson. Apparently, he was working for, what was it, a magazine, TV Zone or Star. I can't remember where he was working, but he interviewed Rusty Davies because he really liked this children's TV shows he's done, like Dark Season, I think it was called. He did a couple of them. They were great. They're absolutely great. And they got talking about it. Did they like Doctor Who? And he knew the range editor at Virgin. And Rusty Davies said, look, I bought Doctor Who magazine. That's the other thing I love. The Rusty Davies interview at the end said, I read Doctor Who magazine, but I didn't really know anything about the New Adventures. I didn't really keep up with them, and I just thought they were novelized. So it's because David Richardson put him together with, I can't remember the name of the range editor. This book actually exists. Fantastic book. Fantastic recreation book.
Fantastic Christmas special. Russell T Davies, one of the lost Russell T Davies classics. Really, really, really an extremely strong recommend. Go out. I would say, yeah, just go and buy the download of it. Absolutely fantastic. My name is Eli Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.